Assalamualaikum to Madam Masni and to all my fellow friends. Today I am going to present my lesson planning task 2 for PKPK 3303 English Language Teaching Methodology for pupils with learning disabilities. My name is Aina Bila and I am from PISMP August 2024-2028 Pendidikan Khas 2. So for introduction, what is the introduction for my lesson planning. For my introduction, we have details of lesson, theme, and titles of the lesson. So, as shown there, the introduction involves teacher's name, date, day, time, class, number of pupils, subject, theme, and title. So, the theme for my lesson planning is body parts, whereas for title we have face. Next, for students' details and the SKP, what is the SKP used for my lesson planning? It is the SKP Asas 3M Tahun 1. Why do we need the DSKP? It is because the DSKP is the content of our teaching for our class. So, the DSKP is used to teach our students. And when do we use the DSKP? It is used during the class. And how? Teachers should follow the performance standards set in the DSKP. As shown in the picture there, the expected student that I have is 5, and it is divided into two groups, which is Group A, which is advanced proficiency pupils, whereas there's Group B, which is intermediate proficiency pupils. So, the DSKP that I use is listening and speaking. And I choose 1.3, pupils will be able to participate in daily conversation, whereas for learning standard, I decided to put 1.3.1, listening and respond appropriately for variety of purposes, such as follow simple instruction. Next, we have DSKP Asas 3M Year 1. So, why do teachers need to use the DSKP? It is for guidance for our teaching that teachers should use in planning their lesson plan. When do teachers need to plan their lesson plan? They should plan their lesson plan before the class. And then how do teacher use the DSKP? Teacher follow the performance standard set in the DSKP and set the performance standard. So for me, I set my performance level, which is 5. That is, students are able to listen, respond, and act accordingly. Next, we have learning objective. So, the learning objective is based on the SKP Asas 3M tahun 1. Why do we need the learning objective? It is to calculate the level of effectiveness of our teaching and learning in the class towards the students. The learning objective, uh, we will see whether we achieve our objective by the end of the lesson when teachers do assessment, whether using the formative or summative assessment. So for my lesson planning, I decided to put two different objective for two different groups of students. So for the advanced student, I decided to put confidently demonstrate understanding at least 3 out of 5 body parts words, whereas for the intermediate student, I decided to put their learning objective is confidently demonstrate understanding at least 2 out of 5 body part words. These body part words contains of head, eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. Next, we move on to induction set. So for induction, I decided to use song because it is easy for students to catch up to their lesson. This induction set is carried out in the class towards the student at the beginning of the lesson. For the induction set, students and teachers will sing together while do some actions. So the differentiation and accommodation that I decided to put at the induction set is, first, the video is played at 0.75 speed so that student can catch up to the audio. What I observe is that when the video is played at normal speed, students cannot catch up to the speed of the video. Whereas accommodation that I made is for the student Tarini. Tarini is placed far from audio to avoid overstimulation. So Tarini is autistic, and for autistic people, they are tend to be more overwhelmed by loud noises. So I decided to put Tarini far from the audio, but enough for her to be able to hear the instruction. So opportunity for assessment that I decided to put during induction stage is students are able to follow through the action shown by teacher, such as students are able to listen and point to head, eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. And students are able to speak and list any body part that they know. Next, we have direct instruction. So for direct instruction, I decided to put the activity match word of body part to the body. Why? This is to reinforce the learning to students. This activity is conducted at the front of the class on the whiteboard. Students have to carry out this activity after the introduction stage. How do they carry out this activity? The student will stick the word to the correct body part. So the differentiation and accommodation that I made for this direct instruction is that one flashcard is the size of A4 so that students are able to see the word clearly. And then the assessment that I made for this level is students are able to listen to body part words said by the teacher. Students are able to repeat after the teacher. Students are able to understand and identify part of the body, such as students are able to stick body part word correctly to the picture: head, eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. Next, we have guided practice. For guided practice, I decided to make the activity is match the body part to the body. Why? This is also to reinforce the learning for the students. This activity is also carried out in front of the class at the whiteboard. Uh, how this activity is carried out is that students work together to complete the task. The differentiation and accommodation that I made for this level is that advanced proficiency students point to more body parts than intermediate proficiency students. So for the assessment that I made during the guided practice is that students are able to collaborate with each other to complete tasks given. Students are able to arrange body part correctly. Students are able to present their task with confidence. So for guided practice, student should collaborate with each other to put together body parts of the paper doll. Next, students present their paper dolls to the class. So for this level, the advanced students should point to at least 3 body parts and then say the name of the body part with some guidance. Whereas for the intermediate student, they should point to at least 2 body parts and then they should name the body part with a lot of guidance by the teacher. The assessment that teacher can give to the student during the guided practice stage is that students are able to collaborate with each other to complete tasks given. Next, students are able to arrange parts of the body correctly. And lastly, students are able to present their tasks with confidence. Next, we have independent practice. So, what activity that I put in my lesson plan during the independent practice stage is that students should do their worksheet. Why do I provide worksheet to them? It is to test students' understanding about today's lessons. This activity is conducted in the class to the students at the end of the lesson. How do students carry out this activity? Students answer worksheet given by the teacher. So the differentiation and accommodation that I made during this stage is that Tarini is placed far from teacher to avoid overstimulation. Again, this is because autistic students tend to be overwhelmed by loud noises, thus putting her away from the loud noise can overcome the overstimulation. But what I meant is that putting her away, but enough for her to hear the content of what the teacher is saying. So during independent practice, teacher will give them two different set of worksheet. So for the advanced proficiency pupils, their worksheet is much harder than the intermediate proficiency pupils because for the advanced proficiency pupils, their worksheet entails them to match the body part and then uh, color the body part that the teacher said. Whereas for the intermediate proficiency pupils, their worksheet are much easier compared to the advanced proficiency pupils because their worksheet only asks them to color the body part said by the teacher with some guidance. At the end of the independent practice, teacher will provide feedback and reinforce correct answers to both of these pupils. As for the assessment that teacher can do for the students is that students are able to listen and respond to the teacher's instruction, and students are able to manipulate motor skills to grip pencils. Next, we have closure stage. So for closure stage, the activity that I decided to put in my lesson planning is writing reflection of what students learn. Why? This is to recall and test what students have learned in the class. Uh, when does the closure stage is applied? It is at the end of the lesson. So for this closure stage, I decided to let the students write reflection of what they learned and fills on a sticky note. So what will happen in disclosure stage is that first teacher instructs student to sing the song head, shoulder, knees and toes while pointing to the body parts. Next, teacher explain to student about the mind and the heart. Teacher gives student two or three cloud sticky notes. Next, teacher asks students to write what they learn and what they feel on the cloud sticky notes. Student write what they has learned and how they feel today. And lastly, students take their notes onto the mind and the heart. So for this stage, the differentiation and assessment that I decided to put is Tarini is placed far from teacher to avoid overstimulation. Same like just now, this is because autistic students tend to be overwhelmed by loud noises. So I decided to put Tarini away from the loud noises, but enough for her to hear the song. So the assessment that teachers can do to the students is that students are able to follow teachers' instruction. Students are able to express what they learned and what they felt during the lesson. Students do not waste the sticky notes and only takes how much they need. Okay, lastly, these are the worksheet examples that I've taken from the textbook and also the activity book for English Year 1. So for direct instruction, I decided to take the activity there and then independent practice for advanced students. And lastly, the independent practice for intermediate students. That is all from me. Thank you.